while he's getting it ready, let me just tell you this is a recap, a little bit of my plenary, but it's got some new stuff in it. And so there'll be some repetition and some new stuff. And this is my first Pecha Kucha, and I don't know what I'm doing. It's going to be improvised quite a bit. And I may get lost. Try.
Are we ready?
No, are we ready? Am I ready? Am I ready?
You want to preface it anymore?
No, let's run with it.
Okay.
Let's go for it. Does that start?
Start.
Okay. These are two twins that were put in separate incubators because they were born prematurely, and one got into critical condition, and they tried everything to save her, and finally a nurse took her and put her back in with her sister, and they started snuggling. And basically, I'm saying there that you need people. We need people. Okay? We're not meant to be alone in the world. You already know that 6 million years ago we stood up, and this gave us agency, and it came into bonding and altruism eventually. Mirror neurons kicked in also a long time ago, and we started imitating each other. Okay? And this is really, really important, that we learn from each other. But we tend to learn from people who are like us, okay? Whether it's shopping or whether it's playing, we imitate those people, okay? Very much so. So our brains are made to do simulations of whatever we see, okay? And when we look in the mirror, we see ourselves. But when we look and see other people, we tend to find those people that are similar to us to model, okay? And that's a natural thing. Hopefully, we start being empathetic as well with our mirror neurons. And actually, we do, but it's with people who are, again, similar to ourselves. And this is very, very important. How can we empathize with people who are not like us? Most of the world is built on this homogeneity, looking for people who are like us and bonding with them and helping them, okay, because they look like us. Right? Advertising does this, politics does it, a lot of things do this. But how can we switch that over into more diversity? I use the near-peer role modeling model a lot with language learning histories in my students' classes, and they do model each other, and it's wonderful. And I want them to do that. And I encourage them to do that as much as possible. I do that in the past tense, but I also do it in the present when we do action logs and newsletters. My students write comments about the class. I put their comments on a newsletter, I pass it back out, and the students get to read about what the other students are thinking, okay? But again, that's pretty homogeneous, okay? And it's nice to bring another class into your class and to see some diversity mixing in there. Next week, we have a lot of foreign students coming into my class. In the future, we ask them to do a future pacing for jobs and for possible selves. What is your future? And we find that students really do have emotional contagion and aspiration contagion. These are two kids from Hawaii, junior high school kids. This kid filling in the blanks. When I grow up, I would like to be a blank. When I grow up, I'd like to be a businessman. And he's apparently wanting to be a college graduate. I imagine these two kids getting together and reading each other's papers and inspiring each other to have aspiration contagion. Okay? It's a wonderful term. Emotional contagion is a 1994 book by Hatfield from the University of Hawaii. It's really amazing. And most people don't know about it. Oxford University Press. And they show how people in groups influence each other amazingly. If I can get my students to realize how much influence they are on each other, it's wonderful. But near-peer role modeling does have the point. It reaches a point, a boring point finally, and it's confining when you're just going to be with people just like you. It's nice to have diversity. It's really nice to have diversity. And a lot of business research is showing that. And again, this was in my plenary, and we're wanting to go more toward diversity modeling. And the metaphor of the coral is a wonderful metaphor. In the coral reef, you have lots of diversity coming together and making new forms of life. And it's just a wonderful thing. And This is the coral reef. Yes. Whether, for us, the coral reef is kind of the cafe or the bar. Okay, and trying to meet people in the cafes or the bars. My epitome of it is the Star Wars bars, and seeing all the diversity in the Star Wars bars. And if we can get comfortable with that, it'd be really, really nice. Joshi Quinn, fantastic woman, wrote a wonderful book called Imagine Social Capital. Please read it. It's wonderful. And the idea is that people out of work and part-timers, they actually imagine collaborating with pop stars or artists or people who are dead and gone. These are two of my students who are collaborating with Leonardo da Vinci, building one of his bridges that he actually designed. Okay? So you don't have to be restricted to the people around you right now. Use your imagination. Go collaborate with Einstein if you like. Okay? This is Imagine Social Capital. Our minds are amazing. Phenomena. Interspecies diversity hearing, of course, how would it be to collaborate with a bear? Okay? Or with your favorite cat or dog. Okay? And as I said before, Darwin and Kropotkin talk a lot about collaborative interspecies help. Okay? This is often done through play. And we need to be playful. And for me, juggling is probably the easiest way to be playful. When I'm in an airport, I throw a ball to somebody, and we start interacting, and it's fun. And you can have a really, really nice time. Stretching near modeling and near peer role modeling with diversity of hearing is kind of what we need to do. I want us to encourage, especially in the university life, yes, is to dare to do something different. Good catch. Okay, thank you very much.
More nice.